Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, YouTube, depending on where you're watching from, obviously. DutyRon, checking in from the vehicle. Sunday, shopping, food shopping. Mrs. DutyRon, I've got an eye on the front of the place. Personal security, DutyRon, here in the mobile. Hi, Tim. Good to see you. Thanks for joining, Tim. Thank you for everyone coming on in. Let me make sure the chat is going right. Live chat. You know, when I'm not using Streamlabs or StreamYards, I got to make sure everything's right. So, hello, Dawn Marie, Missy Brown. Hi, Beth. Hello, Jolene. Good to see you. I got some good news this morning. No updates on the boys, unfortunately, but good news about the boys. And I'll wait for a couple of people to come in. Let me know if the volume is good by putting a 1 in the chat about the volume. I'm always concerned about audio. I'm using the wireless mic. Let me know if it's good for you, number 1, in the chat. If it's not good, number 2, and I'll lower it. Sometimes it gets too loud. Happy Sunday. A lot of 1s coming through. All right, Joey. I got confirmation from Joey Brooklyn. That's good enough for me and the rest of you. Hi, Marta. Good to see you, Marta Faye. Sally, Soul Sister. Thank you, guys. If you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing, hitting the notification bell so you will get all things DutyRon when I go live or when I upload. Thank you, Holly. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Always great to see you. Thank you for being in here. Okay, volume is kind of low for me, says Janet. You know, the only thing I could do is move it up. I'll move it up a little closer to my mouth. So that's probably a little bit better. So I'm looking at the volume. It's going into the yellow, and that's pretty good. Hello, Lisa1111. Happy Palm Sunday and Passover. Yes, happy Palm Sunday and Passover to my Jewish friends and my Catholic friends across the world. Thank you so much. All right, yeah, good. Robin said better. So I moved it up just a tad bit, and I faced it upwards towards me. All right, let me know where you're watching, city and state, or your country, so we can get the roll call out of the way. These are 2 things that we do. I know a lot of you love this part of the show, so I want to do that real quick. Let me know where you're watching from, your city, state, or your country, and we will say hello to everybody quickly. Thank you for joining from the UK, Africa. Good to see you. Thank you. Hello from the UK. Again, Osgood, Indiana. Thank you for joining. Los Angeles, good to see you. Columbus, Illinois, good to see you. Hi, Gerda, good to see you. Thank you. Hi from Illinois. Miss Sweet 01, Baltimore, Maryland. You know, some people tell me, don't do that. I don't like it. Very few. They say, DutyRon, get to the point. I don't give a crap about your shout outs and all your people. But guess what? I care about my people who watch me. So I'm going to do it. And if you don't like it, don't watch me. And I'm not saying that to be cocky, but I care about you, the viewers. You guys are here in my live stream. And for me to ignore you would be like me actually just being mean. And I'm not going to be mean because you guys come here to interact. You guys come here for engagement, and I care about each and every one of you. I know I can't personally talk to each and every one of you on these chats, and sometimes I miss some of the chats, but if I miss some of the chats, I will tell you this. It's not on purpose. It's not on purpose. Okay. I love you guys right back. Thank you. So I'm not saying that to be cocky or to be funny. I'm just saying if you don't like that I go and say hello to all of my people. Thank you for that $50 super sticker. Thank you. Let me go back to that. I almost thought I was on StreamYard where I could highlight it. But Denise, thank you so much for the super sticker. I love it. That was very generous and kind. Thank you for that. All right, Colorado, everyone's checking in. Hi, Duty Donuts. Hi, Christine. Good to see you. I love donuts. Can you tell? Look at me. Look at the size of me. I love donuts. And what good cop doesn't like donuts? What good human doesn't like donuts, for crying out loud? So shout outs is a way of me showing respect for you guys, putting the time in, coming in and showing up at the live streams. Mimi is showing off the new. I made a bunch of new emojis, and guess what? If you guys are on the fence and considering becoming channel members, right now YouTube is offering 40% off for 6 months of prepaid channel memberships. So if you sign up for, say, a $5 a month channel membership, you will get it at 40% off if you pay 6 months in advance, and I will still get it at the same rate. So right now, YouTube is offering 40% on 6 months and 20% on 3-month paid memberships. So if you're considering it, now is a good time to save money. It just started May 22nd, which was last Monday. They just started it May 22nd. So all the new people who are considering becoming channel members, look at the 6-month option and the 3-month option. You could save money, 40% and 20%. All right, let's get right into it. Thank you for those donuts. Thank you so much. I love and respect each and every one of you, and I don't take you guys for granted. That's why I do the shout outs. Joey Brooklyn, thank you for becoming a member. Look at Joey Brooklyn. He jumped in on it. I hope he got the 40% off, Joey Brooklyn. Hi, Jennifer. Good to see you from Bakersfield. All right, good. Jennifer's here. Now I could really talk about what I wanted to talk about. I have exciting news. Unfortunately, we don't have news on the whereabouts of Orrin and Orson West, Sincere and Classic. These are our boys who went missing out of California City, well, reported out of California City, December 21st, 2020. We know that Bakersfield is the lead on the case, and they're working hard. Sergeant Pear and his crew with the FBI and all of the federal, state, and local partners are working hard every day to try to find resolve and get to the bottom of what happened to our boys, Orrin and Orson West. I'm happy to report that one of my viewers, Michelle, I'm not going to give out her last name, but Michelle donated $750. It's right here on my PayPal. I have it up. She sent a $750 donation to me, which will successfully renew our Lancaster billboard. So the billboard that I sponsored last month is ending on April 1st, but it's not going to end because of good people like you. The donation came in. I have it right here on my PayPal. I'm going to forward it to Lamar Advertising. I have my contact over there, Lena, and I'm going to send this $750 to her tomorrow. And we are going to renew for a whole nother month our billboard. This is not my billboard. This is our boys' billboard, sponsored by you, the people. Now it doesn't matter if you give monetary money like she gave, that $750. If you watch the videos and you let the ads play on them, you are contributing as well. Cali Girl for Snoopy, thank you for becoming a new member, a silver membership. Those of you who are becoming members, look at the perks in the members only. It entitles you to some different things, and make sure you send me an email, send me a message that you want to be included in on all the groups and all the things that come along with your channel membership. So make sure you contact me about these channel memberships. So thanks to the goodness, the good heart of Michelle. Michelle sent $750 to renew our billboard. The digital billboard in Lancaster is going to go to, I'm going to include you, Joey. You know that, brother. You know that. I'm going to include, it didn't give me an option to pay for the 6 month. I have it enabled. So make sure that you go back and look. There might be some kind of buttons or some type of, I haven't seen how you get to it, but I know I have the email from YouTube about the 6 months with the 40% off. Actually, I could read that email to you. I'll read it out to you guys. Let me pull it up. Hold on a second. All right, I'm going to get off of this and go to my email. Actually, you know what? It's in my YouTube, in my YouTube studio. I don't know if I can get to it from my mobile. All right, listen, I don't want to, I know I read it. It said 40% off on memberships for 6 months and 20% off on 3-month memberships. So I have it enabled in my studio, so we got to check on that. So whoever just became members, Joey, Brooklyn, and Cali Girl, I know you said, Cali Girl, that it didn't offer you that option. Maybe you might have missed it. There may be a way you could go back and adjust it. I'm going to look into it, I promise. Hello from New Jersey, Robert. Good to see you, 123. Haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for joining. So this is exciting news. Folks that do things like this reassure my faith in humanity. And you know what? Not all of us have the resources and the means to do this. I was actually gripping with canceling and not renewing that sign going forward, that digital billboard. But I know that if it was getting it like a, if I didn't, that donation didn't come in, I probably would have renewed it myself anyways. So it's nice to know that for the next month, hopefully we won't need it, and we'll find a resolve. We'll get to an answer. We'll find a piece of the puzzle and bring these boys home. I'm hoping we don't need it at the end of April going into May, but if we need it, I know I can count on you guys or myself and this channel to continue it, and we'll continue it as long as we can. As long as I can find a way, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So Black Rose, great to see you. Matty Boy Sully, hold on a second. Can you let me know on Instagram which is Daisy Sue _fan? Oh, that's your Instagram? Follow me on Instagram on DutyRon. That's my handle all across social media. Also, if you can, go over to my website, DutyRon.com, and you'll find everything DutyRon there. DutyRon.com is all, there's a chock full of information. There's a whole section just about Orrin and Orson West. There's sections for domestic violence, computer crimes, all kinds of different resources on DutyRon.com. I had a conversation with, so many shootings. Be very careful. I have a view on the front of this location where I am shopping with my wife, and I'm keeping an eye on it. I actually was this close to saying, you know what, I'm coming in with you, but I know what she would say. You stay here in the car. I don't want both of us to go in there with COVID and everything, and it's a crowded place. But it's a little. These are very difficult times right now. And in the back of my mind, I worry about, all the craziness that's going on. We have to think about it because of what's happening. All right, listen. Here's another thing I want to cover with you guys. All right, here's another thing. Listen, we know we all have opinions on what we think happened to these boys, right? We all have opinions, and opinions are like a-holes. Everybody's got one, right? But I want to tell you this. Some people get really riled up when I make a statement. My opinion is coming from a different standpoint. You see, the difference between my opinion and someone else's opinion that has not worked in the law enforcement field is this. I've hunted down people who are dangerous. I've hunted down people who have taken other people's lives. I've hunted down very evil, mean, sadistic, crazy, psychotic folks. Over my 20 years in the largest police department in the United States, the New York City Police Department, I've seen a lot of things. And I'm not bragging or boasting about it. I'm just simply telling you guys this. So when I see somebody make a statement and I feel that they are being less than honest and they are being, suspicious, I would listen to somebody like myself. Like if you go to get your brakes done and you go to a heart surgeon and say, hey, how does my front brakes how do you do my rotors and my brakes? And you ask a surgeon, they're not going to know anything about it. But if you have a heart condition, that's the guy you're going to go to. So my point is that people get so pissed that I say Jacqueline and Trezell are prime suspects in my head as a seasoned investigator, then that's the thing, right? I know how people act and what people do when they're being evasive, when they're being less than honest. And their story is less than honest, in my opinion. And in Sergeant Cannon, who was a seasoned homicide detective, Sergeant Bill Cannon has investigated thousands of homicide cases. And the first thing he said to me when he saw that interview is, they are full of shit. That's the first thing he said to me. He said, Ron, DutyRon, there's your suspects right there, 1 and 2. And this is a guy who worked in the homicide squad in the New York City Police Department. So some housewife or some husband that's an armchair detective or a sleuth, a web sleuth, is going to get upset that a seasoned law enforcement or a professional says, hey, I think that these two are primarily to blame, or they are primarily having something to do with what happened to these kids, is not out of this world. What's out of this world is that people who have zero experience in hunting down evil telling people that their opinions are this, that, and the other. I mean, you could listen to them, and I respect their opinions, but when someone tells me that the people who are reporting their children missing and are making up stories that don't jive in any way, shape, or form, and you have the California City Police Chief who says there's something fishy about this case right away, and the number one and two people that are responsible for these kids' safety and well-being are not coming out and searching, not providing up additional photos, not doing additional news or media appearances, and they're being ghosts. They are ghosts. They are out of sight, out of mind. For you to think that they are innocent and not have anything to do with this, you need to really do some soul searching. Because even if you don't have any experience, come on now, give me a break. I will say it every day, all day. Those two have everything to do with those kids' disappearance. Everything. So, hate me, don't agree with me, but I respect everybody's opinion. And if you say I think they don't have anything to do with it, I in my head say, okay, but I won't verbalize and say, oh, well, you're wrong, you know? So that, that's the thing. Go around and listen to what everybody has to say, because opinions vary from place to place. Opinions vary from place to place. But when you're getting opinions from someone who has hunted evil for their entire careers, for their entire adult lives as police professionals, listening to someone who is got zero experience in closing a case and going after someone who is... Bill and I talked about a case this morning where a woman had her head cut off and was stuffed in a suitcase and thrown in an empty lot in New York. A woman was decapitated and thrown in a garbage strewn lot, and Bill investigated that case. And they had nothing. They couldn't touch it. They opened up the suitcase. There was a headless body in the suitcase. They took it to the lab, to the morgue. They took it to the medical examiner's office. A headless body. The only evidence that led to an arrest was inside her front pocket. There was a piece of paper in her front pocket. DNA, all the forensics, didn't lead to the arrest of the suspect. It was a note that was inside her pocket that led them to a suspect, and they made an arrest on it. So when you got a guy like Bill Cannon, Sergeant Bill Cannon, retired homicide detective, coming on and talking about Orrin and Orson West and saying they never made it to California City. They never even came to California City. Whatever happened to them before they moved to this location. I go with that guy over some housewife or house husband or somebody who has zero experience on hunting evil, and the only experience they have is using Google search and reading articles from the news. That's the difference of what my channel has to offer and what some other channels have to offer. And I'm not saying, listen, some people bring you valid information, but when it comes to opinions and speculation, retired police professionals, people who have investigated these very, I like to call them evil animals, these sick, sadistic, evil animals who would do harm to another human being, no less children. When it comes to coming and hunting those people down, I take opinions all day long from professional investigators. I don't take opinions from people who are housewives, nurses, social workers. Don't bring a social worker to a gunfight. And I always say a bad guy with a gun is always good and challenged with a good guy with a gun. A good guy with a gun has a chance to take out a bad guy with a gun. You don't send a social worker or a nurse or a pharmacist to a murder investigation or a missing person investigation. And that's all I'll say. 20 minutes in, the exciting news of today is this. The Billboard in Lancaster, California is going to be renewed thanks to one of my generous donators from our live stream here, one of my channel members, one of my supporters of the DutyRon family, and I thank you. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Without that donation, you know, there would have been a chance that this billboard would not have been renewed. And listen, folks, again, not all of us are in that position. And I'm thankful, Michelle, for your donation. And it's going to go straight to Lamar Advertising over in California first thing tomorrow morning. So her name is Michelle, and her screen name is Mimi, M-I-M-I, with I think a letter or a number next to it. It's not Mimi J2, but it's Mimi something. So again, forgive me for not knowing exactly the screen name, but she knows who she is. She gave me permission to give her credit. I wanted to give her credit. I asked her first. I'm not going to go and give someone credit if they want to be anonymous. So, yeah, Michelle, awesome. And if you're here in this chat, please let yourself be known in the chat. If you are, I'm looking at the chat now. Guys, how many of you agree with the statement that I made? Listening to opinions and facts. Facts are facts. You can't make an arrest without evidence and facts. But many crimes outside of the, different areas, many crimes in New York City have been closed, investigated and closed based on hunches and opinions. Hunches and opinions from detectives, seasoned detectives. You go on hunches that lead you to evidence that is arrestable and that will get a conviction. So crimes get solved, not just only by evidence and facts, but by good sixth sense. You got to be a good sixth sense detective to close a case. You got to think outside the box. So, again, hunches can't get you convictions or true bill indictments, but hunches can lead you to the truth. Hunches could lead you to the truth. So, again, much love and respect from my house to yours. We want to find out what happened to these boys. And I'm going to say this, and if I'm wrong, I will admit that I'm wrong. The handcuffs will come out, and they're going on 2 people. There are 2 people who are responsible, or more. 2 or more people are responsible for these boys' disappearance. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But my hunch, my sixth sense tells me it's Trezell and Jacqueline West. And they know what happened to them because they did whatever happened to them themselves. And how they're sleeping at night, I don't know. But I've met many criminals that could sleep like babies after murdering multiple people. So, that being said, folks, I hope we get to the bottom of this. God bless the world. God bless the United States of America. And God bless each and every one of us here in the chat and all victims of crime across our great country, our great land. Thank you all for being in here. I respect each and every one of you. Thank you for the replay viewers. Leave me comments down below. Let me know what you think about the Billboard being renewed. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section. And I'll talk to you on the next one. Guys, thank you so much. And I'll see you soon. Peace and love from New York.